So I wanted to respond to this question about how quickly I felt cured of my alcohol addiction through naltrexone and the Sinclair Method. It's a really good question. Now, I want to kind of preface this with saying that the word cure is a debatable term where people in the medical community won't call the Sinclair Method a cure for alcoholism, even though there's a book called A Cure for Alcoholism about this treatment, and many people, myself included, will report that they feel cured of their addiction. Another way that people like to put this as well is that they're in remission. And the reason it's described that way is because through this treatment, the alcohol addiction, which is actually a learned behavior inside the brain, is unlearned over time. And so for a lot of people through this treatment, they can unlearn the addiction over time, and then the end result is what's called pharmacological extinction, or just extinction for short, which is essentially your brain has extinguished the addiction to alcohol. So now to answer this question. So I started this treatment back in July of 2017, and it took me about 8 months to feel completely cured. And what that felt like for me was I was at a place, and by the way, I was still drinking at that point because this treatment does not require abstinence. But I was drinking from a place of total regained control. And so at that 8-month mark, I had reached pharmacological extinction of the addiction. And I knew I was there because I was no longer craving alcohol. I wasn't thinking about alcohol anymore. Most days were alcohol free for me, and they were very easily alcohol free, quite effortless. And then when I was drinking, I had a total off switch around alcohol. So I would drink, I might have 1, maybe 2 drinks maximum, but I would be satisfied with that, and I never would binge drink again. And so it took me about 8 months, but along that journey, I just saw myself gradually gaining control over alcohol little by little, to where I would have a little bit more alcohol-free time. When I would drink, I just noticed a little more control. I wasn't drinking as much. And the biggest change for me was that I wasn't craving alcohol and thinking about alcohol as much anymore, because what I realized through this treatment is that I was thinking about drinking all day, every day, pretty much, starting at 11 a.m. until I went to bed. So that's about how long it took for me. You know, I've been a coach in this field for about 4.5 years now, and I would say that's about average for people. Some people it does take longer, maybe a year or 2, but again, they're seeing gradual changes. Others can get there in 3 months, so it really does vary, but about 8-9 months is about average for people. If you're not familiar with this treatment, check out the other videos I have, or the link in my bio, where we have a lot of resources about this treatment. Bye for now, and thank you for the question.